I wanted to share this video with you. I just bought this VL Whisper. I've been using a VL Lite, which is a great wheel. It's a little bit lightweight. It's about 50 pounds. It throws 25 pounds of clay. It's a reversible head. It's a great unit. I've been using this for about 5 years and I have had no complaints whatsoever. It is a belt drive. This is a direct drive. This has a 14-inch head. This has a 12-inch head. Bigger motor. This has a capability of throwing up to 100 pounds of clay. Not something I'm going to be doing. It has adjustable legs. As you can see these, I'm getting ready to put these on. If you'll look right there, you can set this in 5 different height positions with 2 screws in each one. It comes in a rather large box. Probably weighs about 100 pounds. I'd have to go look and I'll see, but it's going to be close to that. There's a lot of packaging. One box had 2 wrenches and some screws in it, and you know, one box had the legs in it. So a lot of boxes, one box had the foot pedal in it. There's so many different pieces of packaging here, but they're used to brace the unit and keep it secure. There just seems to be a lot of packaging here to keep it secure and protected. But I'm going to put these legs on it. It's very simple. It basically tells me to stand this up on end. I think we can do that right here. We'll just lift it up. We're going to put it like that. We're going to remove these caps. So we got these caps to remove. There's the plastic, and then we're going to have some caps, and then we're going to slide those in there, and we'll put those adjustable legs on it. I'm not going to bore you with the details of me twisting screws. I'll splice this video, but this is where we're at. We're going to put these legs on, and then I'll be back. Okay, we've got the legs on. Really all there was to that was there are 2 bolts here, and there are 2 bolts in each other leg. We took that top rubber cap off. They provided an Allen wrench, so we've put those in, and we have these extra caps. I guess they say put aside for future use. Don't know when you would use those, but one thing about the Whisper is it's supposed to be very, very quiet. And I'm excited to see if it is very, very quiet. I'm going to stand this up. If I can get it up here. It really has a substantial amount of weight to it. And we're going to slide it into place. Let's see, first of all, let's grab our splash pans that are provided. One thing I've always loved about the Shimpo is how easy these are to put on, take off. They don't leak. They're really grand. I didn't think I was that excited about this particular wheel, but the more I work with it, the more I see just how much bigger and beefier it is. And I'll get some specs to you. But this is a nice unit. Again, I liked my other one, and it went right here, and I'm looking out at the woods, but we're going to slide this one over there. I could really use some help if somebody would give me a hand, and there is nobody to give me a hand, so 1, 2, 3, grunt. I'll get it over here, and we're going to sit it down. And I'm going to call a chiropractor. There it is. And I'm telling you, there's nothing to putting this together. I thought there would be a little bit more to it, and there isn't. We've got it right there. I'm going to bring it over here and plug it in. and it's ready to go. It's got a reversible head. Let's see, 250 RPMs. It's got a 400 watt motor. And it ought to make some great pottery if I am able to handle all that power. It's a direct drive, brushless motor, clockwise and counterclockwise, aluminum die-cast, 14-inch diameter wheel head. 93 pounds is what that weighs. I must be a brute picking that up and toting it around like a feather, huh? Anyway, you got an on-off switch over here. You have a reversible switch if you want to run clockwise or counterclockwise. And other than that, this thing is ready to go. Got it put together. Let's see if we can hit it on switch here. We have a green light. We have a go. Oh, that's different. It's going the wrong way. Forward. There. That's the way I throw. That direct drive is very different. With the VL Lite, when I pulled my foot off the pedal, you still had a slowdown. This one is almost like a brake. Boy, she stops. That's going to give you a lot of real control on this thing. And we're going to get it up and running. All right. I just wanted to share my thoughts on this new wheel. And I want to do a little comparison between the Shimpo VL Lite and the Shimpo VL Whisper. If you go back and you look at my very first video I ever did on YouTube, and it was the unboxing of a Shimpo VL Lite. And that was 5 years ago. And if you look at that video 5 years ago, up until this video right now, every video that you see that I have filmed, every piece of pottery that I've made, all of my glaze videos, all of those ceramics were made on that VL Lite. And it was a great wheel. It's still a great wheel. I put it on Facebook after I purchased this VL Whisper. In less than 12 hours, I sold it. It was gone. And I had multiple people interested in it. The person that bought it already had one, and they loved it so much they wanted a second one. My only reason for upgrading was because I've always wanted a Whisper, and I knew that with my age, I'd never buy another wheel once I buy a Whisper. So the two main differences, I think, in these two wheels, and I've thrown with this one a little bit. I've had some issues in my head throwing with it, and I'll explain what that is. But the VL Lite is it's a nice little wheel. I bought it because it weighed 50 pounds. I bought it because at the time it was $6.99. That was in 2020. About the time COVID hit and the studios were closing, I bought a wheel because I couldn't go to my local studio anymore, and do shop time there, or studio time. And so I bought that wheel for $6.99. I lived in a house with a 2-car garage. I knew I could pick that wheel up. It was 50 pounds. I could pack it around to the deck and plug it in and use it. I could use it in the garage. It's a great wheel. It is a belt drive. It is a 100 watt wheel, and it will throw up to 25 pounds of clay. And it does it well. And the one thing I learned about that wheel when I bought this one, excuse me, this one is so quiet. I didn't realize how much I gauged my speed and my throwing on the sound of the other wheel. And so with this one, I find myself going way too fast and having to just pretty much set the speed and then get my foot off the pedal, because when I turn it up, I don't hear it. It's so quiet. I also found that, I guess the reason I kept my foot on the pedal with the Shimpo VL Lite was because if I really put pressure on, say 3, 5, 8 pounds of clay, being a belt drive, it would kind of start to bog, and I could give it a little bit more power and keep the speed up. And I had to adjust it that way. This VL Whisper, there is no bog, there is no delay, and there really is very minimal sound that you hear when you speed up and slow down, other than just the spinning of the wheel. It's not the motor itself. This is a direct drive, and it's a really nice wheel. I've just thrown a couple of pieces. I just put them over here on the shelf, but I did a nice lidded jar out of about 3 pounds of clay, and I did a big bowl on a pedestal with it. But to do the pedestal bowl, I threw 4 bowls because I kept collapsing them. I was going too fast because I couldn't hear. Doesn't make sense, but I couldn't hear how fast I was going, and that's because there's no sound on this Whisper. The thing I will tell you, everybody has an opinion. You can take my opinion, you can, for what it's worth, but the VL Lite is a fantastic wheel. It is, it's now, the retail on it is $10.99, and then you're going to pay a tariff tax and you're going to pay a sales tax on it. And so it probably puts you in that $1,400 range for that wheel. And it will do everything you want to do unless you're throwing really big stuff. This one, it was priced at my local shop at $1,550. I paid over $200 in tariff tax, and then I paid sales tax. So it was in that $1,900 range by the time I got done. But I'll say, the VL Lite is like buying a Toyota Corolla. It's going to run, if you maintain it, for 300,000 miles, and it's going to do everything you want it to do. The VL Whisper, this is the Lexus RX 350. It's going to do everything. It's going to do it smoother. It's going to do it quieter. This wheel weighs around 93 pounds, so it's not something you pick up and move around easily. You put it where you want it. It also gives you that the feel when you're really hammering into 10 pounds of clay. It's not going anywhere on you. It does have, the VL Lite has a 12-inch wheel head, and the VL Whisper has a 14-inch wheel head, which I have found. I only have one large bat that actually fits this directly. Most of my bats are a little bit smaller. As you can see, this one is just about a ½ inch too small on it. I have one big one, but they all fit. I mean, the pins are the same, so your bats are going to move right over from one to the other. But they're great wheels. Shimpo makes a great product. There might be a better wheel out there. I don't know. I really, the only other thing I have used, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's what my local shop had, and it was a good wheel. I didn't like the pedal feel because it was loose. I took a class in there for how to throw really big items, and when I was talking to somebody, I had a big bowl on the wheel, and I didn't realize I had actually let the pedal go down because it didn't stay where you put it. If you didn't have your foot on it, it could go forward or backwards. And I spun that wheel, that bowl up, and it just went flying. And it was an entertaining moment in the class. But I will highly recommend the VL Lite if it's in your budget. If you've got the money for a VL Whisper, you cannot go wrong with this product. It has a 5-year warranty, and that basically pertains to any type of parts or workmanship or issues. It's not going to cover abuse, or lack of maintenance, that kind of stuff. But I do like these. I love the splash pan. Is easy to pop off, pop back on, clean it. It's a great wheel. So if you're looking at a VL Lite, go back and look at my very first video. I just do an unboxing and kind of tell you what I know about it. Now that I've used it for 5 years, I can tell you it's a great wheel. The gentleman that bought that wheel from me, he had one already. He wanted another one. He came here and he bought my used wheel because he liked it so well. So anyway, there's my 2 cents worth. Take it for what it's worth. Y'all have a great day. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to see what a VL Lite can do, look at all my videos. You'll see my pottery and what I've created over the last 5 years that I've posted. And it'll give you an idea of what you too can accomplish with a VL Lite. Thank you.